wombs.
No, they don't.
No, I know they have cloacas.
Yes, I know you know they have. They don't have wombs. Why would a bird have a womb?
Well, what's their womby part called?
They don't have one. That's the egg. The egg is their womby part.
No.
They don't hold.
Okay, the baby isn't where the baby is formed.
Yes, the baby is formed in the egg. They don't have a womb. The womb is the.
No, I'm talking about the mother chicken, not the fucking.
Yeah, the mother chicken doesn't have a womb.
She has a place that the egg is.
Yeah, but
even if that's an ovary.
Yeah, I guess she probably has an ovary, but she doesn't have a womb.
No, they would have a bird equivalent.
No,
I'm not talking. Okay, this needs to come up some other time. I need to know bird sex anatomy. I just got myself a womb raider, and I want to know if instead he womb raided. I'm looking. I'm going to Google that.
There's not. Oh,
no, what's the bird equivalent of a womb? That's all I need to know.
An egg.
No, an egg is an egg. I have eggs.
Okay, what do you mean by womb? A womb is the place the baby grows, right?
The physical part in the body is called a womb. That is where the baby grows. It is not womb or egg. The baby is always an egg.
So you're arguing that wherever the egg gets its shell and gets assembled becomes the bird's womb.
Yes, they would have an equivalent of a womb.
No, I don't think it's the equivalent. I don't think that's the same thing at all.
That's where the egg forms. That would be the bird equivalent of a womb.
Okay, Google.
Oh
Does
God.
a bird have a womb?
You're gonna do that later.
We are totally gonna do that later. We're gonna put the link in the comments.
I'm going to draw a little diagram, and I'm gonna put it right here. The fuck is that part? Scribble, scribble, scribble.
I look forward to seeing the science prove me right. That a bird does not have a womb.
It wouldn't be called a womb.
And if it's not called a womb, it's not a womb. What do you want here?
I've always, the entire time, I've said the equivalent of a womb.
Well, okay, so. But
if you listen,
but the
you would know.
fertilization doesn't happen inside the bird anyway. So it would be nonsensical for it to be.
Birds have sex. They have penetrative sex. So there's a spot inside the bird where the sperm.
Okay, Google.
No.
Do birds have penetrative sex?
The fuck?
See? No fucking penetrative sex. No! They live.
Ducks are birds. They have explosive curly penises.
Oh, that's
penetrative sex.
Oh, well, maybe we asked about chickens. Or no, we asked about birds.
We asked about birds.
I mean, they must have. Then you're right.
They have penises.
The duck thing is a good point. We're gonna have to beep so much of this out. So wait, so they must have penetrative
The opening. Sex. Okay, I'm not side googling this until later. But okay, they have the opening. That's the cloaca. That's their virgin.
They're opening.
They're
for
opening.
Everything. Multi-purpose.
But there's other tubes in there. There's the poop chute. But then there's also.
Is that the technical term?
No, that's not the technical term. And then they have the vagina equivalent, and that would go up. That would go to their vagina parts.
Up doesn't seem like a super useful term.
And then they have their ovaries, where the undeveloped eggs are.
I don't know if they do have ovaries.
They have horns. They have horns like other animals, like other branches in their
cloaca area.
Yeah, in their bird part, and it's undeveloped eggs. and then ready to be
We're gonna have
processed eggs.
We're gonna Google the shit out of this.
We're Googling the fuck out of this, because I need to know how Ruby works.
Yeah, I have so many questions.
Doesn't matter anyway, it's like a fantasy equivalent, so like it's bird vag all around. Maybe she's got a butthole, whatever does it for you.
Whatever floats the boat. She's got enough to get by.
Yeah.
Clearly, look at her appeal.
She's got high appeal.
Later that same evening.
So I'm looking up, Googling anatomical bird reproduction, and the first picture I see is a bird taking a shit. The reproductive anatomy of a bird. Beautiful. Most birds do not have the same reproductive parts as mammals. Obviously.
Thus the term bird.
Yeah, that's the term avian. We are hominids. They are avian.
Cool, keep going. Come on now.
How does a bird reproduce?
Awkwardly.
I'm just gonna go straight to images. This is no better. Absolutely none. Some of these look like little piles of shit. I just want bird womb. Okay.
How what?
Eggs in an oviduct. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a very long oviduct, and then they have a uterus, which is a womb.
No, a uterus is not a womb.
Uterus and womb is interchangeable.
No, they are not.
Unless you're saying the vagina.
No, it's the
What is the difference?
The uterus is where the eggs come out of. That's not where the egg stays once it's fertilized. Neither is the vagina. It stays in the...
No, it stays in the uterus.
No, it doesn't.
My uterine lining is what comes out of my body during my period.
Where does an...
Oh
okay,
God.
Google. Where does an egg implant in a human?
The uterus.
Alright. Alright, you got this one.
Womb and uterus are
yep,
the same
You're right.
thing.
So it is a womb render. You are correct.
Birds have a womb.
Birds have a womb. If we are granting that a uterus is the same thing as a womb,
what would be different?
It's not a womb in that there's
what anatomical feature were you thinking about if womb was the slag?
Okay, there is never a unborn juvenile bird in a bird's uterus.
No, that's where the egg develops.
But no, it's not where the egg develops.
The egg develops to maturity, but the chick doesn't.
Oh,
once the sperm hits
argument.
the egg then begins to harden on the outside.
No, it hardens before the sperm comes.
It doesn't, or else it wouldn't be able to penetrate.
But then that means that every hardened egg has been fertilized, and the eggs in our fridge are unfertilized and hard.
No, because the bird's egg, the immature egg, is like a tiny little cell. This is like my head. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna watch documentaries and shit. I've watched so many documentaries in my life. I am regurgitating this at you, just to be aware. The undeveloped, like, tiny egg cell matures to a point that it then has to go down their oviduct. And as it's traveling down through there, it's maturing. Ever so slightly. It's getting slightly bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes down.
Yeah, I'm with you so far.
Then the cluster of little egg cells, the immature egg cells, get into the womb. Now they are either used or not used, but in a human, not used means I shed my uterine lining and it goes into my pad and it goes into The garbage.
Hopefully.
But in a bird, that hardening cycle is still going to happen. So you have unfertilized eggs. They harden up after a certain period. That's why you see little robin eggs everywhere, and there's no babies in them. That's the natural cycle. Maybe only 5 or so will get into the nest. But sometimes they lay unfertilized eggs in their nest.
That I did not know that about robins. That seems unlikely to me.
And that's why chickens, they produce more eggs when there's a rooster around. Because it's their
I know
body.
that. That's why you keep a rooster.
That's why you keep a rooster around. But he's not mating with all of them. He's just strutting his stuff and getting them all excited, so they keep dropping an egg every few days. There's...
You know a lot about the fertility cycle of chickens.
I watch a lot of documentaries when I'm home alone. It's educational programming is like all I take in.
You speak with like a lot of confidence, so I'm going to assume you're correct. I lost the argument. You are correct.
They have a womb.
I will give it to you. That is not what I meant by womb, but I understand your argument, and I will concede.
Then you were using your language wrong.
I don't think I was, but I'm already conceding.
Womb is not vagina.
Womb is not a vagina. A womb is the place the baby grows to maturity.
Which is a uterus!
Yes. But there is no womb in a bird, in that there is no place the baby grows to maturity.
What is a womb? That's with a B.
Yep.
The organ, not the place. It is the organ in the lower body of a woman or female mammal where offspring are conceived and in which they gestate before birth, aka the uterus.
In which the offspring is conceived and it gestates. It does not gestate. And it also says there, female mammal. So I get what you're saying, but you're cherry picking.
You are also cherry picking, Star.
They don't have wombs. I can't handle it. They don't.
Chickens don't have wombs. Are not white.
That is true. That is true. I'll give you that one.
I feel like I've won the argument, but somehow you still said agree to disagree.
Well, I did.
So guess what?
What? What is the guess?
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Oh, it's so weird. I am getting some pictures of eggs, which I guess is how you wrongly thought a womb was.
Cool. Can we move on to the next turn now?
I don't know. I really have to wear out this womb writer.